game.
Just call them all out then. Because it just doesn't make sense what you're saying. They conflict.
Okay.
The only thing I really want to know is, like, with the Pretty Boys 2.0.
I don't think that's a thing.
Okay, but
that was.
But so who brought it up? Who thought of it first?
I asked Austin if she was seeing it too, and she said yes.
I was in the room. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
That did not happen.
She was literally in the
She
room.
came into the room after
3
you and I.
seconds into
No,
our
you and I were
conversation, and you
talking.
said, I saw
You and
Jed,
I were talking.
Ty, Ro, and Kyle
No,
sitting
the
outside,
plan was-
and it sounds like a Pretty Boys 2.0.
You said I'm starting
And
to
I
see
said-
it too.
And I said, yeah,
and then
that
Beth
makes sense.
Came, no, and then our plan.
And then Beth
you
came
were
in,
going
and
to
you
go
said the same
talk
thing to
to
Beth.
Brayden and Beth.
That was not the plan.
That was the plan.
Josh.
Austin.
This is endless lies.
Okay.
Literally. You were in the room, and he said the exact same thing to you, did he not?
I asked you because I said, oh, we might as well ask Beth right now.
And then you asked her, but you're the one who were coming up with this thing, and no one else believed it.
So did she thank you when you didn't throw her under the bus for coming up with it?
Yeah.
I did not come
Yeah,
up
you
with
did.
it. I did not
No,
come
we
up
were
with
sitting
it.
there when I was going through pros and cons, and I said, I didn't say your name when that whole thing came out, and you thanked me for it. You thanked me for it.
I did not
And you're
create
looking me in the eyes and
2.0.
say you didn't.
Listen, Josh, when you said, oh, I never brought up your name in terms of talking to people, I said, that's cool, thanks. Nothing about the Pretty Boys 2.0. That was all you, and you know it. You know it.
You were in the conversation with me.
You called me in trying
I
to spin
didn't-
more of your lies. Beth came in 2 minutes later. You told her the exact same thing.
The thing
and you
we had
came and you told
spoken
everyone
about.
the same
The
thing.
thing we had spoken about, Austin.
What thing?
Why are you on the block then if we're so tight?
Because you want me gone because I'm the easiest person to put on the block.
Yeah.
I'm the obvious outcast in this house.
Okay.
Do it yourself, though.
And how did
I know. I had a meltdown. Like, I will fully acknowledge that.
And the fact that I comforted you and I told you I hope people see where you're coming from in terms of that, and you're turning around and doing this, that's slimy.
Well, yeah, who else?
That's
Everyone
slimy.
wants to know where everyone's head's at. You're the only person that I could go after. You put me up on the block. This is a game.
You
That's
just blatantly lie. Blatantly.
what. Okay.
So if you
You've
were to
lied to
stay,
too many
if you were to
people.
stay, it would be Austin.
Yeah.
Like you'd be gunning for her.
Yes. I would ask the house who they think is the best pawn to go up against Austin.
Sorry, why would you be going after Austin?
Because I'm on the block because of her.
Put you up. That's the only reason.
And because she let me take the entire fall.
For the
I did not create any of that. That was all you,
No,
Josh.
you let me take the entire fall.
And you deserved the entire
I
fall.
started the conversation with
Did
you,
I
and
go
you
to
continued.
anyone else and say anything about Pretty Boys?
It all
2.0?
happened
Did
very
I say
fast.
anything?
No, Julie's the one that told me.
Same. Julie's the one that told me as well.
Let me think. Wait, you got to use 2 fingers.
You were in the room.
Beth came in
Regardless.
seconds later. You had the same conversation with her.
You were in the room.
And if the Pretty Boys are a thing, and I
I don't
actually
think they are.
conjured that up,
But it's pretty.
then why wouldn't one of them be on the block? Why? That
One of
makes
them
no
is on the
sense.
block.
Well, yeah,
Only
because
to
one
get
of the
you out.
nominees.
It's pretty convenient that once nobody believed Pretty Boys, then you try to turn it internally against each other.
Two of
Now
them were on
Ro's
the
trying
other
to get
side
out
of the
Jed.
house.
Nobody believes that Ro and Jed are working together, so now Ro's trying to get out Jed.
Because what he did is he created this big picture of Pretty Boys 2.0, and he figured out that's not going to work. So what he's trying to do now is make Pretty Boys 2.0 go at each
If
other
that's
because
what-
that's his only feasible plan that he stays.
And if I create it, why wouldn't I put
Obviously.
you two up on the block from the beginning and
She
hope
could
one
have
of you doesn't?
exactly. She
Well,
could have
No,
put
I
Jed and I up on the
you
block.
knew you
Yeah.
didn't have the numbers. you knew it wasn't time
she
to
could-
split the house.
Or she could have just put up Jed as a replacement
Exactly, yeah.
nominee and
And said,
And
guys,
done
remember
exactly
that
what
thing I
he's saying.
conjured up? Let's get him out.
Yeah, like the only reason I don't believe you is because, like, you told me that multiple people have said my name many times. So technically, she would have the numbers to get me out this week.
Absolutely.
Josh, have I ever said Jed's name to you?
No.
Nice.
So,
Kyle, you have not said Jed's name.
but he
to me.
just told me that you did.
No, you were in the room when Ro and I had the conversation. That was my thought of, like, going against a big person.
First of all, it wasn't a conversation. It was you talking.
Okay.
It wasn't. I wouldn't call that a conversation.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So I was in the room when Rose said he wants to pull you off the block and to block
No,
for Jed.
not that conversation. That was alone in the room.
And I just told Jed that outside. I said, Josh came up to me and he said he's going to go up to Austin and try to get you on the block. That's exactly what you said in that
you did
conversation.
that. You did that before, and then I never went up to Austin and had that conversation.
No,
Austin just said you
Austin
tossed
told-
his name out.
Austin- right before the ceremony, you told her to put me on the block.
I did not come up to you and say put Jed on the
Okay.
block.
At the beginning that you said
Okay.
that